It is my absolute pleasure to show you these 3 books. I haven't looked inside yet. I've only seen Erté's designs on Pinterest. Because he's from the 1920s, there's not a whole lot of stuff on the internet yet. Mostly it's all in books. I don't know what to expect. I'm so excited. Okay, Erté's graphics. 5 complete suites, 50 prints reproduced in full color. This is his alphabet series. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a few of them on Pinterest. Oh, wow. Love this feathery shape. Oh my goodness, the bow. And the string of the bow is all these pearls. Just lovely. Oh, I love this mermaid. Just realized her hair is a seashell, and then she's got this coral coming out of the top of her head. This one, her choker necklace, looks like maybe black pearls, is unwinding and her head is coming off with it, almost like the female body is like a perfume bottle or something, and the head comes off but is attached with a chain. Oh, I love this one. This is maybe the first one that I saw, like the first work that I ever saw on Pinterest that got me obsessed with his work. Very like Leo energy. If you're a Leo, please let me know if you feel represented by this. Oh, wow. Okay, I love how the shape of the M is created by these veils that cover their whole body, and they're pushing the veil out with their hands. It's so beautiful. Oh, this one's really lovely too. I love how he uses symmetry in like an inverted way. So you've got the top half matches the bottom half, top half matches the bottom half here, but then they're connected with this, the wrapped fabric. Just beautiful. It looks like this is a dress form mannequin that he's anthropomorphized by pinning sleeves onto and tying up the sleeves at the wrist. And then he's tied a sort of Venetian mask onto the head. Very beautiful. Oh, lovely. I love how he drew her torso and her stomach. It looks beautiful. Oh, more beautiful mermaids. This is very cool. I do love this circus kind of thing that he's got going on. I think the circus is kind of the realist representation of reality we have, which is that it's a theatre and you've got people playing different characters on the stage. I dream a lot about the circus, actually. Just beautiful. Okay, I haven't seen these ones yet. Oh, I just realised the smoke is a woman's body coming back down. The beautiful thing about Erté's work is that graphically it looks great from a distance, and then as you get closer and closer, it just becomes richer and richer. You see more and more detail. As opposed to like AI generated art, which looks great from a distance, but then as you get closer, it becomes like nonsensical. His work, you can appreciate it more and more the closer you look. I'm just skimming through this, but I'm sure I'm going to go back many times and study them very closely. Oh, it's numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just noticed the background here. Oh, I've never seen these before. So beautiful. A little talon foot. Wow. Amazing. This is my favorite so far. Oh, heavenly. Oh my gosh, he's got the card suites too. Oh my goodness. I want to look more into what the symbolism of the different suites is. I think it might be connected to the tarot, but I'm not sure which connects with which. But I know that there's heavy symbolism happening here. Oh, I love the diamonds. Probably got to be my favorite suite. Oh my gosh. What? We have a zodiac. Oh my god. We have a zodiac. He's done the zodiac. Okay. Oh my goodness. I wonder if he was a Leo, because his Leo stuff is always like incredible. Oh, Scorpio. Is that the end of the book? Did I miss Virgo? We've got Libra, Cancer. Now, I feel like maybe some pages are missing. It is a second-hand book, so perhaps. Whoa, okay. Are you ready for another? Let's go his theatrical costumes in full colour. So these costumes he designed for ballets. This is for the Masks, 1912. This is for the Minotaur, 1913. This must be a celebrity from the 1910s. Gabby Deslice, 1915. Fan-bearing slave girl for the show Legendary Kings at the Theatre Femina in Paris, 1919. Worshipper of Horus for the scene La Belle des Arts in the film Restless Sex, 1919. Whoa. Balthazar, one of the three Magi for the show Legendary Kings. Athena, oh. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Beautiful. I wish we could see how these costumes turned out, because they were probably made for the ballet. It's just one of those things that the internet doesn't have a lot of images from this time period. But we get to see them in, I think, their true glory, which is in these paintings. I don't even know if you would be able to translate these costumes faithfully in fabric. They just come to life on the page because the fabric moves like it's alive, and in many cases it defies gravity. I feel like the fabric has more movement here in the painted form than it would in real life. But if I find one that I really like, I want to try making it just to see if it's possible. So stick around if you want to see how that goes. I can't promise when that will happen because it will come at the right time. That's lovely. Oh, I love these. It looks like hair, like a ponytail of hair that's bound up in these sort of probably metal rings. And they're hanging down from her skirt too. There's something about Erté's work that is just so exotic. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts by Carl Jung Memes, and she was talking about how the soul, according to Jung, lives in the exotic and the unknown. So I think for Erté, who I believe was French, you can see that what's considered exotic to him is like Middle Eastern and Asian culture. And so that's how he's accessing his soul, is through what's considered exotic to him. Which is something I've been thinking about a lot, because I'm very interested in the exotic as well. It's considered like taboo in our time to be creating stuff that is not from the same culture you were raised in, which I think is, I don't know, I don't think it really harms anyone. I think the exotic is where you have to go to find something completely new and discover new things inside yourself. Yeah, speaking of exotic, here we go again. Chinese fan bearer for the number The Woman and the Devil at the Theatre Apollo in Paris, 1921. This is the Spirit of Fire. Oh, beautiful. The diamonds. Another thing I really love about Erté is his obsession with shapes, and how he'll take a shape, in this case the diamond, and it carries across all the details. So you've got the kind of like neckerchief thing that comes down into the shape of a diamond, and then the diamonds on her hip, which are oozing out onto the floor. That's something I try and do when I design as well, just for the love of shapes. Like, I love shapes. Oh, the diamonds on her shoes too. Is like taking the shape as a whole, and like from a distance you're able to see the shape, and then as you zoom in the shapes continue, kind of like a fractal between micro and macro. Oh, this is lovely. That's beautiful. See, this is the shape thing again. See these like twisted columns mirror in her hair. Oh, just beautiful. The continuity of the fabric just like wrapping around. Feels infinite. I wonder if this is, like, technically speaking, if this is possible to create. I'm just trying to track where it goes. Oh, it's hard to tell because it looks like this is a separate piece, but then it connects to the back. Oh, the mermaid? Oh my god. Wow. Oh, I love her hair like this. What? And the shell on her head. So nice. Oh, and the octopus. I can't tell where the person is in this. Maybe she's completely covered by this costume. Wow. Cool, this is like Ceres, spelled Ceres, for the number, the planets. Some intense symbolism again with the wheat and the harvest. I'm going to write that down because I want to look up what Ceres is all about. Oh, This is the spirit of water. Just beautiful. I love the facial hair, how it like scoops around his jaw and then connects to his eyebrows. And then this one here is like so curly. This is a snob for the ballet La Bal de l'Opera. And this is a parrot. Madame Butterfly. Gypsy dancer for a show at the Lido in Paris, 1942. So these are in chronological order. So we've gone from about 1915. We're now in the 1940s. This monster is crazy. This is actually genius, to put the extra two heads on the hands and then the arms become like necks. I would have loved to see how this looked live. And it ends with the jester. Okay, we have one more. Designs by Erté. Fashion drawings and illustrations from Harper's Bazaar, including 8 covers in full color. I will read this later. Pockets everywhere this spring. Ladies, we want pockets, always. Oh, this is so nice. The pockets, shaped like fingers. Why don't we see any of this ever? That is incredible. So this is about the spirit of youth. "'Tis the coat that counts in this ceremonious day of grace, and to hold its own it must be original and long and voluminous. Wow. These, oh my goodness, these are swimsuits. What? Okay. I'm coming back for that one. Wow. Imagine if we swam in these. So beautiful. I think at this time, this is like 1915. People were still figuring out, what do swimming clothes look like? What are they made of? Before we had like the silhouettes that we have now, where we're like, well, it fits tight on the body and it's a stretchy fabric. He's like made these funky little zigzag pants and like a flouncy top. His eccentric drawings were criticized as impracticable. I can see how that happened. Oh, they're so beautiful. All these little descriptions explain the details. But we've got over 100 pages, so I can't go into all the details. Wow. This must be the cover. Oh my goodness. And this is the man himself. So, his drawings appear exclusively in Harper's Bazaar every month. Do you want to come back to that one? Oh my gosh, these are all his covers. Oh, December 1918. February 1919. March 1919. May 1919. This is how I feel every autumn. November 1921. August 1922. June 1923. Oh, beautiful. Combine a chemise of black satin, a tunic of green crepe de chine, exquisite with Etruscan embroideries and cords run through gold rings, and you have Erté's conception of an ideal tea gown. I feel like this era he's really, really getting into it. The earlier stuff, you can tell that he's a little bit restricted by the shapes and what clothes should look like. And then, yeah, like 1917, we're starting to get into like what clothes could look like if we weren't, you know, restricted by the idea of what a dress looks like or the idea of what a coat looks like. Then, you know, why not have this like strange wraparound? What? This is so cool. La Perle de l'Ocean, according to Erté, is a series of citron silk held by orange and black cords and weighted with tassels. Embroidered serpents twist themselves about the black silk tights. A daring suit, which Erté names Honi Soit Qui Mal Y Pense, is of black silk, with ribbons that lace about the legs and cut in one with the bloomers, orange tassels, cords, and embroidery. La Sirene Captive is a fanciful creation of ocean blue silk with calotte of flesh tricoté soie encrusted with mermaid scales in blue, grey, and green. Green cords hold the bodice. I do feel like maybe I should learn how to speak French so that I can not make a fool of myself every time I'm trying to read the names of these things. Forgive me if you're French. I do feel really bad about that. Lovely. Oh! Oh my god. Cut in 2 pieces is this marvellous Erté evening wrap, One piece is velvet on either side and forms the drapery, while the other, embroidered in gold, trains itself into golden embroidered tissue and ends with a tassel. Imagine. Imagine what this would look like. Oh my God. Divine. I'm speechless. Oh, okay, if I was going to make one, maybe it would be this one. Oh my goodness. Wow. I wonder how many of these were made, or if they just were drawings in the magazine. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, I love this figure 8 and the loops. It says, the mode for things Chinese has hypnotized Erté into designing this marvelous evening cloak, which he makes of oriental blue velvet and names Fleurs de Hiver because of the silver asters embroidered upon it. Bands of chinchilla extravagantly encircle the long mandarin sleeves. This is another swimsuit. It's called a bathing cape. And then there's a little matching cap. It's made of black and white silk. The cap is made of ribbons with ends knotted into a pom-pom. Oh my goodness, what? These are all swimsuits. When La Fille de Neptune takes a dive at sunrise, she dons a swimming suit of white silk on which blue rings are appliqued. Her embroidered cap and shoes may be adapted to meet the whim of the most demure of earthly damsels. The sea should fairly billow with enjoyment when La Caresse des Flots nestles within its foam. Erté designed this costume from citron taffeta embroidered at the edges and finished it with an old blue sash of tricot de soie. Or maybe that's that one. La Pêche Miraculeuse, Erté calls this maiden, and verily he names her rightly, for it is no mean accomplishment to catch goldfish in the meshes of the black woven net of a bathing costume. Perhaps an orange cap and skirt act as bait. Oh my God. I'm losing my mind. Oh, his shoes. Erté was in a reckless mood when he selected chinchilla to band and line boudoir slippers, yet one appreciates so helpful a suggestion as the cuff that buttons to fit the ankle. Wow, look at this, the peacock. So he embroiders this golden bird upon dull gold net to make the train of a satin frock. To emphasize originality, he hangs it from the arm caught onto bracelets. Wow, so the bracelets are holding this up. So when you gesture, your whole peacock cape flows outward. Oh, just beautiful. Oh, I think these are pajamas. Les sommeils enchant, says Erté, and indeed magical would be one's dreams if reposing in a chemise de nuit of white linen and lace. Cerise taffeta ribbons are useful and also ornamental. That is giving me some pajama inspiration. This is his knitting bag. So this is like you keep your the needles on the outside and then your work on the inside. Some of this stuff is so overwhelming. I can't even engage with it too deeply because it's like gonna send me into total madness. I'm going to stop here for now, so that I don't overdose on Erté. Erté gives to every woman an individuality. Wow, okay. Okay. This is another pajama set. I love how the leg folds open like that. Looks like a lily. And then all these layers, this would be cut on the bias, and that's why you're seeing those triangle shapes, and that's how you get that really beautiful drape. So whenever you see that 45-degree angle, it's on the bias. This is 1919, so that's around the time when V&A was doing her stuff with the bias too. This is a wedding gown. Beautiful. The veil is attached to like a headpiece, comes down and is tied in a knot. Lovely. Okay, this is another beautiful wedding gown. So the front of the gown comes up and then over, forming the veil, which then trails down behind. It would be like 10 or 12 meters of fabric probably, but there's something really beautiful about the gown itself turning into the veil and wrapping over the body. I've never seen anything like the work that Erté does, ever. Like it's so original. And so luscious and so feminine. Like, occasionally he will do stuff with men, like we saw in the Alphabet series, but still very, very feminine. His work kind of reminds me of Serge Lutens, who is a perfume designer, but he did these photographs for Shiseido in the 90s. And I feel like it has a similar exotic feminine energy about it. He also is really inspired by kind of Oriental Middle Eastern aesthetic. So these are his lingerie designs. I really like that he challenges what we would typically consider to be swimwear or lingerie. Like, who's to say that lingerie has to be a bra and a pair of underpants or a G-string? Why couldn't it be these rectangles of fabric that hang off the body? He's named this one Amethyst and this one Topaz. Wow, okay. This is a piece of furniture design. I'll read the blurb. This is the sort of thing that makes us murmur, ah, they undoubtedly do manage those things so much better in France. Erté has given this flexible screen of panels of black and white lacquered wood, held together with yellow silk threads, all the versatility of an intrigante, I'm not sure what that means, and her same ease in being adequate to all situations. The bolster-shaped cushion on the floor is made of bands of black and white fox and appears to be filled with yellow silk tassels that flow out from either end. Exquisite. Oh, this is, these pieces are all inspired by magpies. The nice thing about these designs is that he has specified, or maybe the author has, what fabric everything is made from, as well as the color and the other materials. So I feel like if I were to try and make one of these gowns, I would know where to start, at least. So we've got crepe de chine, amber beads, embroidered white suede, gold tissue and mauve satin. So it kind of helps to imagine what they would look like. Oh, this is so nice. Okay. So this coat has one opening where your arm comes out and then another opening where it goes into the pockets. He really likes this shape, the square spiral. I've seen that in a lot of his work in the last few books that we've looked through. I think it comes from Greece. Oh, beautiful. This just so elegant. So this beautiful gown comes up, wraps around the neck, and then comes down with this tail. Imagine wearing this, the level of posture and elegance you'd have to maintain to keep the neck in place, because the end of it would be draped over your arm. Just beautiful. These are just lovely. Imagine being one of the women that lives in Erté's imagination, and you've got this beautiful big dresser. You open it up and his gowns are hanging there for you to try on while you wear your pajamas. Just such a beautiful fantasy. This is really nice. Everything this gown of silver lame does depends on the green jade ring at the back and a jade necklace about the waist. Such a beautiful way to finish the gown. rather than like a zipper or buttons, having it connect to these pieces of jewellery. That would be another one I would love to make. This is a wedding gown. Just beautiful. This motor hat, or rather hood, conveniently supplies gloves that one cannot lose. It is of gay knitted wool with long scarf ends that terminate in knitted gloves. This scarf has your little pouches for your makeup. I would love to see what Erté thinks of, like, what he would have done for athletic wear. I feel like sporty stuff, I never really feel like it represents me or suits me. I feel like his take on the pajamas, the lingerie, the swimwear, like, makes me wonder what he would have designed for, like, athleisure. Instead of, like, the leggings and, you know, sports bras that we see today, like, what might he have designed? Probably like similar to the pajamas, to be honest. They'd be comfortable. Definitely not tight fitting. These are more pajamas. I love the split sleeves. What lovely woman could compare with this noblest excitement of strength against strength? What white arms around his neck could match the wild love affair between Dionysus and the sea? This was an illustration he did for Richard Le Gallienne's serialized novel There Was a Ship. And that's the end. Thank you for joining me.